Hello, and welcome to Season 1, Race 22 of my F1 2021 My Team Career Mode with Acura Team Penske. And we are here for the first time at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. First time I've ever done this track in career mode, so that's very exciting. And we are on the pole, just barely edging out Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen. Our teammate qualified in P18, ahead of both Haas cars and both Williams cars, so that's good. Of course, championship standings going into this race. Max Verstappen leads the title by 2 points over his teammate Sergio Perez and 5 points ahead of Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas. Lewis Hamilton, he still technically has a shot, but he needs to be within 25 points to stay alive going into the season finale at Abu Dhabi. So essentially, Hamilton needs to outscore Max Verstappen by 13 points to stay alive in the championship. He's at 38, and 25 is a race win. So that's where things stand at the moment. So it needs to be a big race from Hamilton if he has any hope of staying alive.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
All right. Of course, Saudi Arabia, no weather concerns really. Progress history, we've officially moved up to the 5th best team on the grid, just barely ahead of Aston Martin, AlphaTauri, and Alfa Romeo. So we're all in that fight there. Mercedes, interestingly enough, pulling a little bit ahead of Red Bull, and Ferrari closing in a little bit on Red Bull. So interesting to note there. Of course, we need to adapt some more parts here. Do that one there. And we'll do this one here. And we have one more to adapt on the durability side, but we don't have the points. But 223 and then 287, so we should have enough by the time we're done with practice in Abu Dhabi to adapt everything we need to adapt. So yeah, there you go. With that being said, nothing much else to say, but let's go to the not the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
So here we are then, welcoming you today to one of the jewels of the Arab world, Jeddah. One of the biggest cities in Saudi Arabia, second only to Riyadh, gateway to Mecca, and one of the biggest ports in the region. And now, host to the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. An interesting circuit this one, the newest on the Formula One calendar, and like most street circuits, it's sure to present the drivers with an interesting technical challenge. Some challenging turns for the drivers to negotiate as well, and at the same time they're going to have to manage their tyres very carefully in this heat. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn one. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. The Golden Boy lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, and Vettel. Verstappen, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Norris, Hamilton, and Antonio Giovinazzi. Perez, Leclerc, they've taken a grid penalty. Kimi Raikkonen and Tsunoda. Russell, Latifi, Esteban Ocon, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Lance Stroll. Mazepin, Mick Schumacher, Lundgaard, and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Well, the grid penalties have once again shaken up the grid. Much like Brazil, Valtteri Bottas is now in an advantageous position, starting a lot further ahead up the grid because he did not take any grid penalties compared to Verstappen, Hamilton, and Sergio Perez. And that's actually put Carlos Sainz and Pierre Gasly, and then Alonso and Vettel behind me in the second and third rows. So should be an interesting race. One stop. Everyone's starting on the soft tire, so nothing varying in the strategy. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll be starting from pole position. And
Everything looks good on the power unit side, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature.
so for me personally, I don't really care about winning this race, but to ensure the championship stays a little close, I would like to prevent Bottas from passing me, or just I would like to try to keep him behind me. So we'll see how that goes in the actual race start.
The drivers we're racing are Bottas and Sainz. No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being.
short run down to the first turn.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Alright, first time in career mode for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Next up grid, championship still at stake, 5 red lights. Actually, turn up the volume a little bit. Lights out, away we go! Oh, well that didn't work out well. Actually, let's see. Did I make any contact? Down Sainz and Gasly there behind me. Come on, Gasly. I'm gonna restart. Be better if Gasly wasn't right there on my rear end. That's a bit better. Let's see, did I make... How much contact was there? I did get 4 wide. Gasly just flat out turned in on me. Oh my god, Bottas, what the hell was that? Bottas just like sideswiped me. Look at this. Yeah, he just turned on me. Alright, hopefully this time it worked out semi-okay. Gasly's got a little wing damage. I guess that's good to be expected, given the nature of the track. Let's see, there's Verstappen, there is Hamilton. Alright. I think we're good. Let's just go from here. mirror driving too much. Gasly looking to make a move to the inside. Give him space. Let's see. Sainz dives into the pits. Damage was too much for him. He'll come in. Presumably for a wing change. Almost hit the wall there. Now I've got Bottas on my rear end. A little bit of contact, but we're good. It's all bunched up now going into this long straight into the final hairpin. No DRS, but you know, moving tough. I think the best course of action here is to just stay. If a car gets along, if a car is going to try to pass me, I'll just go down towards the inside. So at least, you know, that will give me the advantage going into the hairpin of having the inside line. Gasly's still in front of Verstappen right now. Hamilton and Perez.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within
still
1 second of the car
stuck
ahead and in the DRS zone.
Traffic. Just gonna check out of curiosity. Carlos Sainz, okay, he went on to another set of softs, so he'll still have one more stop to go. This one. I'm surprised that Verstappen did not pass Pierre Gasly down the main straight. Remember, Verstappen came into this race with a 2-point lead over Sergio Perez and a 5-point lead over Valtteri Bottas. Oh, jeez, Bottas, what are you doing, mate? That was like no room at all. It was a no reward move, and he burned him really bad.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
Well, that did not work out. Unfortunately, we have DRS. Bottas does not, so we're going to have a big run on Bottas. Easily retake the lead. That section of track right there is going to be the hardest to defend, I feel. Whoa! Here comes Gasly. Pierre Gasly looking for the lead of the race. It's 3 wide. Go back to the inside of Bottas. Gasly locks up. And Pierre Gasly moves to the race lead as we make slight contact with Valtteri Bottas, and that's going to allow Max Verstappen to get by him for second. And And that was a horrible complex. Didn't have any corner, felt like. See if we can catch back up to Gasly. Verstappen closing in, but we're giving him the outside. We didn't get DRS down that straight, but we will on this straight. So we'll have the chance to catch back up to
The car behind is dropping
Gasly.
back by about 3/10 a lap.
Meanwhile, Norris is attacking Valtteri Bottas for P4, or P5 I should say, as actually I just noticed Fernando Alonso has moved up to P4. Oh, look at that. You can see it's a very tight pack. Bottas actually has no DRS. That's partly what's leading to him dropping back through the field. And he's stuck behind two slower cars. I mean, battling for position, but he'd much rather be in front of them than behind them. Let's just put it like that. So Pierre Gasly has emerged as the leader of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We sit in second. Max Verstappen sits in third, with Lando Norris and Fernando Alonso
Some information on Mazepin. They've got a serious car issue.
crucially holding up some of the other championship contenders as we look back to Nikita Mazepin. Is this Nikita? Yes, it is. And he has an engine failure. His day is over, or his night is over, I should say. I messed that up trying to go back to the replay, so we'll go back and do that one again. Should go mid-session save, probably haven't done that yet. No DRS again down this second to last straight. Verstappen does, but again we will let Verstappen go to the outside. Give him all the room because we'll have the better line. And once again we do get DRS down the main straight. Verstappen looking to make a move. We're going to block him off there. And now we've closed back up to Gasly, and he stopped way sooner than I thought going into that corner. Let's see, this is actually noticed. So Bottas actually has dropped back. He lost even more positions. He got passed by Sebastian Vettel. Hamilton is by him. So that's an interesting development. Hamilton is now the lead Mercedes in this race. As we now are right back on the rear bumper, well, not rear bumper, but you know what I mean, of Pierre Gasly after he pulled away from us briefly. This part of the track, I'd say, the second half of the first sector is really the most difficult part of the entire circuit. Everything else is pretty easy to handle, I would say. Tire wear currently looking not too bad, and the pit window is 10 to 12. Obviously the strategy is going to be switching from a soft to a medium, so it's just going to be a question of when we want to do that. Verstappen trying to pass, but we also have DRS, so he's not really able to do that. We make a move here up here, Gasly.
We're leading our teammate by 15.4 seconds.
Yes, we are able to get by Gasly to go back into the race lead. Uh-oh, Gasly on the outside. And we hold him off. Meanwhile, let's take a look behind us, see what's going on with the other championship contenders. Hamilton trying to get by Alonso. Alonso holding firm. Not allowing Hamilton to get by that easily. Go off track a little bit. That difficult part of the first sector. I think Hamilton has gotten by Alonso, so put Hamilton in P5 behind Lando Norris in P4. It's going to be interesting to see if Verstappen can get by Gasly, because Gasly, you know, obviously he's going to have the DRS off of me, so it's not like Gasly will be totally defenseless. Same thing, just stay to the left.
Be careful, we think you're going to start.
Oh, it's going to be 3 wide, going to the hairpin? Not quite. We hold off Gasly, Verstappen look to make a move. Could be 3 wide again down the main. Let's try this again. Alright. Gasly's going to go to the outside. Here comes Verstappen with a high rate of speed.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Trying to make a move. But we're going to try to make it 3 wide. And how did Gasly not get caught up in that? That's incredible. Oh, staying tough with Verstappen. We hold firm. At least in that rendition of this wild 3 wide battle into turn 1. Just hung on to the left rear of Verstappen. And managed to retake the lead of the Grand Prix. Well, Lewis Hamilton is going to get back by Lando Norris. He'll move into P4. Now, see, I think the big losers, as it stands right now, the big losers are Bottas and Perez, because they're really stuck in traffic right now. Verstappen go to the outside.
Come on, you can win that place back.
Push him wide a little bit.
The gap to the car behind is 2.0 seconds.
Oh, come on, Gasly. See if I can let Verstappen edge ahead of me just a tad. He got the DRS. Worked out like a charm. And now we're gonna get some slipstream, but here comes Gasly with some slipstream as well. 3 wide once again. But we are going to Verstappen with a little bit of contact. And here comes Hamilton back into the fray. As myself, Gasly, and Verstappen continue to trade the lead back and forth. Lewis Hamilton has joined the scene. And he is now fully in this fight, as he's looking to make a move on Max Verstappen for P3. Remember, Hamilton needs a big result today if he wants to keep his title hopes alive. Remember, he needs to... Max Verstappen came into this race with the championship lead, so Hamilton needs to outscore Verstappen by at least 13 points to even be within a shot of the title going into the final race. Here comes Gasly, making a move to the outside. Not going to happen that lap. These guys are all going to have DRS on me. And here comes Lewis Hamilton. He's going to make a double overtake. And Lewis Hamilton moves into the lead of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. In a must-win scenario for the 7-time world champion.
Affirmative. Medium tyres at the next stop.
Just confirming that medium tires will be our next tire when we come in for our pit stop, which pit window does open this lap. Here comes Gasly with a big head of steam on the outside. And Gasly moves into P2 as he brake checks me. Would prefer if you didn't do that, Gasly. Alright, Hamilton stays out. Nobody comes in this lap. I feel like lap 12 is what I'm looking at for my pit stop. Tire wear is not that bad. It's getting right at that point. Probably do, I mean, I could probably do like 5 or 6 more laps, really. Yeah, maybe 3 or 4, but probably one more lap on these tires, and then it'll be time to come into the pits for a change. And Hamilton is really starting to stretch out that lead. Over 2 seconds now. Yeah, if you're Lewis Hamilton, this is exactly the scenario you're looking for. You know, got Perez and Bottas trucked behind a couple other cars, particularly Norris, Alonso, and Sebastian Vettel in the Aston Martin. And then Verstappen is in a spot that's perfect for Hamilton because basically, like I said, Hamilton needs to outscore Verstappen by 13 points to even just be within 25, to even be within a full race victory of Max Verstappen. Because I guess with the fastest lap point, technically 26 points is the limit, but really 25, that is a race win. So...
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
Hamilton needs to win, and he needs Verstappen to not finish on the podium. And we've got a bunch of cars coming into the pits now, including Lewis Hamilton. Let's take a look at that pit stop and see if anyone got held up. Hamilton's definitely going to get held up. He'll exit there. Gasly gets held up in the pits. So who stayed on track? We got the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz.
Christian is in the pits. Christian in the pits.
Let's see where Carlos Sainz came out in relation to everyone else. Oh, so Verstappen is right ahead of Sainz. For both Sector 1, that's what we need to push before our stop.
The pit box is currently full. Stay out on track. Stay out on track. Affirmative. Medium tyres at the next stop. Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Oh, did I handle that pit entry very well? That's better.
Go, go, go. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
We just barely come out in front of Max Verstappen. You actually have a couple cars who went on the hard tire, interestingly enough, which is a peculiar choice, I have to say. I guess I could buy with... Well, I thought that was Sainz, actually. That was Leclerc, who went on the hard tire. Yeah, I don't really know about that choice. That's a peculiar one, I have to say.
We're starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop.
Well, Leclerc, look at that, making a move on Verstappen for third. Interesting about that, of course, you know, Leclerc on the harder tire, but he does have the DRS. So he had some... Uh-oh, we have an engine failure for one of the Alpines. That is for Esteban Ocon. And he's going to be dropping out of the race. Probably right at the pit entry. Wonder if that will be a safety car, or maybe not. We'll see.
Some information on Ocon. They're retiring from the race.
I guess he's close enough to the pits that they don't feel a safety car is necessary. Nevertheless, we carry on. Yeah, the big loser on that pit sequence was definitely Pierre Gasly. He's well behind this pack here. He's behind Alonso. So things did not work out well for him at all on that pit stop sequence. Well, he was leading the race at one point. He was battling for the lead, and now he's back in 8th or 9th, somewhere around there.
Yellow flag.
Leclerc continuing to put pressure on Max Verstappen. Of course, no passing here. The yellow flags.
We're leading our teammate by
Now they can pass.
23.4 seconds.
Let's turn a little bit. Here comes Leclerc, looking to make a move on Verstappen. Verstappen, meanwhile, trying to make a move on me. We hold serve. everyone stays where they were. So the running order is Lewis Hamilton in first, then Max Verstappen is third, I'm second, Charles Leclerc is fourth, Lando Norris is fifth, Sebastian Vettel is sixth, then Perez, Alonso, Gasly, and Tsunoda. So actually, Valtteri Bottas isn't even in the top 10. He's out of the top 10 he's out of the points right now. So that's a big blow for Bottas to not be in the points right now when both Red Bulls are in the points. Yeah, you can see on the mini-map, Bottas is in that pack that's led by Tsunoda, then Lance Stroll, and then one of the Alfa Romeos. This race has turned into a disaster for Bottas. Him scoring no points, that's not going to help him at all in terms of the championship. Game of chicken with Verstappen, trying to get that DRS. It's going to be a split of Verstappen. He's going to fall back to fifth. And meanwhile, Leclerc is going to make a move for second. Can he hold on? We're trying to fight him.
Sainz is the fastest man on the track right now. He's just posted the fastest lap of the race.
We just pulled off Leclerc. Did he hit the wall there? I'm not sure. Nope, just got cut off a little bit, but still, oh, something happened. Weird happened there. I did something. Okay. Good to resume. Ooh, running wide. Having trouble with this part of the track. Surprised did not get a track limit warning there. Leclerc closing in pretty quickly. He's actually going to be really close. He's going to make the move to move into P2.
Okay, keep on him. He might make a mistake.
We will have DRS. So we'll have to contend with Verstappen now. Closing in on Leclerc. Closing in, closing in. Verstappen on the outside. There we go, we hold on to P3. Just 1 second here. had a bad corner. As Verstappen trying to get by. Oh, Verstappen's in a bad spot here. He's really in a position to get swamped.
Our gap to the car in front is 1.8 seconds.
Ooh, Verstappen, did he hit the wall?
Okay, good
Here
work.
comes
Great
Lando
pass.
Norris. Trying to make a double overtake. Still 3 wide. Norris moves into the spot. As Verstappen just cuts me off. So Lando Norris sneaks in the P3, and now the 2 Red Bulls are together behind me. Perez looking to make a move on Verstappen for P5.
Gap to teammate behind.
Here comes
is
Perez and Sebastian
27.9
Vettel.
seconds.
Oh, Vettel's going to sneak through into P4. Sebastian Vettel through that chaos. Going into turn 1. Is going to sneak away with P4. And the Red Bulls and myself got slowed up fighting each other. Vettel's just going to sneak in, and he might have a decent shot at a podium, considering he's got fresher tires than Lando Norris. Well, I'm fresher by that I mean, you know, he's on mediums versus the hards of Lando, if you can catch him. Oh, here comes Perez, making the move on his teammate. They are side by side. And Perez is going to move ahead of Max Verstappen to go into P6. But here comes Verstappen fighting back. A little contact between myself and Perez and Verstappen. A lot of contact going on right now. So stay to the left. If you're going to pass me on the right. Alonso's now in this fight. Four laps to go.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Meanwhile, it should be noted that Valtteri Bottas has made his way back up to P9. He's right behind Fernando Alonso.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. We're leading our teammate by 30.4 seconds. The gap to the car ahead is 1.8 seconds. This is your final lap of the race.
1 lap to go. And Lewis Hamilton does what he needs to do. He wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Meanwhile, we're still fighting for position back here. It's been close coming to the line with Perez. We're going to hold him off and finish P5.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
That brings the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix to a close then, as we reflect on the team's impressive performance today. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
I think the key here was just the quality of the racecraft, you know? I mean, how many overtakes did they make overall? I'm sure we have a stat person keeping score somewhere, and it's fantastic to watch, wasn't it? This is a strategic sport at the end of the day, but it's always really gratifying to see close-fought battles on track. It's what all the fans are after.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team. and they certainly deserve it. Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Well, my driver of the day has to be Charles Leclerc. He was unstoppable out on the track today, weaving through the competition with ease.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Alright, and that was the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. As you can see, the Constructors' title fight has tightened up. Only 27 points going into the final race. But the big story is the Drivers' Championship. And here's how it stands. Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez are level on points going into the season finale in Abu Dhabi. Valtteri Bottas, 9 points behind. And then Lewis Hamilton, with that victory and the results of the other three, stays alive. 18 points back. He has the toughest road to the championship, but he's still alive going to the final race. So, setting up for an exciting title finale in Abu Dhabi.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing.
Are you happy with your performance today? Is there anything that you think gave you the edge over your rivals?
I think it's great how much your team has been focused on developing your car.
Appreciate your time.
We have a problem regarding our driver. How do you want to handle this?
I can't risk the resource points hit.
Thanks for stepping in and helping handle that.
Alright, that's it for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Easy for me to say. We'll see you next time when we go to the season finale in Abu Dhabi.